Hello everybody, welcome back to some Control, and good god, let me tell you, the end of the last part there, I was, that's off the map, let's see, we need to go that way-ish, at the end of the last part I was in research, right, yeah, and, I was trying to get back. I think I ended it while I was, like, just after some enemies spawned while I was trying to get back to a control point. Never did make it back to that control point. This way. No, that go. Well, let's see where this goes. Okay, that's it. Never did make it back to that control point and gave up and went to a completely different one because I could not for the life of me make my way there.
Why the fuck didn't we put a bullet in that thing's head?
I heard it's the director's brother. Would you shoot your brother?
That's no one's brother anymore. He's the enemy, plain and simple.
I mean, he is still my brother to a degree. Mainly because he still seems to be at least cognitive of who he is. But anyway, yeah, that because it's the control point that we started at, but you don't just go to it. You have to go through one other room or something or other. And if you don't remember and may be wondering why I'm just running around like this, it's because we got levitate, we got level 6 clearance, which is the highest. So we are now going to go around and look for any secrets that we may have missed. Oh look, you can see the sticky note room from here. That's cool. I didn't notice that before. Started and finished a new show this week already. Because I wanted to finish it today. I was... Well, I'm not going to say misled. I mean, I should have known better, because, I read the titles of the episodes, and it really seemed like in the last episode, it was a romance one. What was it? More Than a Married Couple, but Not Lovers, or something. It's a good show. It's a funny show. Your typical anime romance fare. You know, one guy, two girls in love with them. Doesn't realize, and he's in love with one at the beginning, develops feelings for the other one throughout the show, doesn't know how to handle it, doesn't think either of them. Have I done this one?
Reminder, if you experience an unanticipated...
Yes. And shit like that, stuff happens, it's like, oh, they don't like each other, but then they do. Shit like that. But anyway, yeah, I was really, because the last episode, I can't remember exactly what the name was, but it was done being less than in love or something, and I was like, oh shit, are they actually gonna, is this a one season anime? I mean, there's a decent chance that it's only gonna get one season because it was good, so why would it get a second season? Because it was good, but not full of action. So why would there be a second season? But I was like, oh shit, are they actually going to resolve it? Because there's been a very small number of anime and romance ones and that I've watched where they did at the very least, have some kind of resolution by the end of it. It's, unfortunately, though, this one not so much. I was really holding out hope that it was going to resolve at the end of it, and then it just didn't. So it doesn't look like there's any bits that I can fly to in here. I mean, I can fly up. Oh, and I actually see a box up there as well. But I mean, unless it's going to let me land there, I don't see how I would get up high enough. Let's see, unless I can get up on something else first, maybe. But yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. Nope, that's what I was afraid of. And of course, once you... But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I can't say that they... It was a little different just because, like, unlike most of them, we're both characters. I mean, we're like every character is like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know. You know, it's like, oh, it's so embarrassing, whatever, right? You know, they actually had, like, the one girl was actually, like, a very confident person, you know? Seriously, though, how the hell do I get to that? I guess I need to be at the thing to level up, don't I? Because I remember there being levitate lasts longer, but I don't know if any of the abilities that go higher. I don't. Whatever. It's just going to be an upgrade thing, which I don't need to worry about. Essential executive. We've been all around here, and I don't think that there's anything. There's going to be anything else in this particular room until we progress the story. But before we do, I do want to check out levitate here. Yeah, and then that's just ground slam. So, and this just says levitate duration. It doesn't say anything about height.
Lots of interesting data off that site.
So there's not really any reason to think that duration equals height. Because I mean, I go that high, right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, like I go this high, and then I stay for that amount of time. So I have to assume that it's not going to affect my height at all, or how high I can go with it. So there must be a way to get up to that box, but I'm not quite sure. It could be some kind of like moving stuff closer. Because I mean, there is also that one ability to move larger objects with the telekinesis power. Clearly, there's some enemy. Like, there's gotta be, right? Or is that just the wall that I'm hearing? Okay, so that I'm going to assume I still can't go into, because last time I went in there, it just fucking drained my health so badly, especially with no enemies and therefore no health laying around. I really don't want to test it again. Last time... I mean, and the thing is, too, right, is like, isn't there's a sign somewhere, isn't there? Central Executive. Yeah, the Nostalgia Department. And if I'm being honest, looking at the map here... Oh, good God. Here, prick. Okay. But yeah, like, 'cause it does show on the map that there's something that direction, but so we must be able to go there, but I mean, I don't know. Yeah, like, as soon as you do that, hang on, let me do a quick search, because, you know, control, Nostalgia Department. So, oh, apparently you do get sent there. Oh, hang on, maybe not. We never see what's in the Nostalgia Department. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you actually get to go into there. So this might just be like a weird random whatever, right? Okay, so apparently you do end up in there at some point, but you can't, you never enter it from here. Like, you can't go in through there, so that's good. Alright, let me see. We got some height in this room. Double check the shelter just to make sure it isn't one of the ones taken over by the mold, and it was. So I'm glad I checked it. I am still kind of curious what would happen if I went in there and locked myself in when there was actual enemies attacking. Like, because the fact that they give you the thing on the inside leads me to believe that. I mean, it could just be like a safety precaution, like, so that somebody can't go in there and like the door closes behind them or something. You know, like I could potentially see that happening, but I don't think you can get far enough away from the door inside any except for that one. This one I already worked my way up to. And I doubt that there's anything in the tree. Yeah, and there doesn't seem to be anything else there. Down. Okay, got dead letters that way. Did I check the other bathroom? No, apparently, yeah, because there's an item there. Alright. And then up here, this would just lead back into the executive, but that one's blocked off. Okay, good, good. Communications department is blocked off that way. Ow. You fuck. Have I said yet this part how much I hate the grenade launcher guys? They're such bullshit. Oh, I didn't even hurt that guy, which means my guy beat that guy. Screw you, rocket launcher. See, and there's way too many of them as well, right? Like, I get that if you get the, one ability, you can send the rockets back at them. It doesn't really help when you have like 6 of them firing at you on you at once. Oh my god, still another one? Less rocket launcher guys would be good. Like, even like the big guy with the grenade launcher, like... Oh, and apparently I need to get rid of some shit. Okay. What is this? Damage while low on health. Well, let's just ditch that, because I don't plan on doing low health. Okay, damage while aiming. Let's bump that up. Shot damage. Got speed. Got those. Got 2 of those. 2 of those. I don't know why I'm keeping some of these when I probably will never actually put them in a gun, but still feel better having at least one of each. I do seem to be getting significantly more like the weapon mods in that. Bye, buddy. Sorry, your head exploded. Alright. Okay, so dead letters, I know there's a thing in here. Because this here is a fairly large room with a lot of up to it that we never or couldn't get to. Okay. Check there, check there. You know, still also a fairly weird layout as well. Here, rocket launcher, prick. Always fucking spawning above me. I wonder, because, like, I've been basically two-shotting these guys for a while, right? But they never... But even though I also have raised my damage, they still don't die in the two shots, and I wonder if that's a thing specifically, like, built into the game, so that they, so that you can mind control them, because, I mean, like, look at that, like, their health bar is clearly empty. And it doesn't seem to matter, like, even that right there, like, that was a headshot and it drained his health in one go. Just keep mind controlling guys as I go in the hopes that I don't run out of fodder. Alright, good. Okay, so everything down here should be checked. Just making sure that I didn't lose any items. Which means that we just need to worry about going up, which shouldn't be too much of an issue. Where do I want to go? Straight up here? Yeah, I do. Oops. Nope, you can drop back down. Alright, so now we're on new floor. Where the fuck is that? It's really loud music, whatever that was. Alright. Dear elected official, thanks to the recent smoking ban in my state, I am happy to inform you I will not be voting for you in the next election. As everyone knows, smoking is being banned because the smoke is toxic to the aliens that the government sold our planet to in a secret deal. If humans keep smoking, the aliens won't be able to live on Earth. Our air would be poison to them. If you government traitors can't stop people from smoking, then you won't get your millions of dollars from the aliens. I have a website. People know what's going on. We're going to keep smoking no matter what. This is a national emergency. Politicians are handing the planet over to alien overlords. We won't let you. We will resist. I will smoke forever. I love that somebody had to come up with some of these fucking conspiracy theories for this game. And I would be even happier if somebody told me that they didn't have to make them up and that they're actually stuff that they found that people believe. Hey, level 4. I do believe that that's the last door that we hadn't unlocked in the executive sector. Obviously, we couldn't get up here before. Dear gentlemen of the Society of Sciences, okay. It has been some time since I sent my initial letter. I hope it is not the case that you have dismissed my claims outright. In that hope, I am writing you to once more ask for your help in understanding the oddity that has befallen me in my home. I have recently begun renting a new apartment in the city. The space is nothing special, though for a time I found the isolation quite soothing. Recently, I've begun experiencing a strange occurrence. When I'm in my kitchen, a tiny little thing with not much but a sink, I sometimes lose myself. My surroundings change. I find myself standing on strange dark stone. I stare out at a colorless sky as white as undisturbed snow, terrified of moving. Perhaps this is a brain issue. I think not, as it feels terribly real. This has been occurring for some months now, and I have become frightened of entering the kitchen. If it's not too much of an inconvenience, I would dearly appreciate a visit from one of your professionals to see what they make of it. I await your response with little expectation, but with great hope. Very truly yours, Lorraine Fitzgerald. Now, the fact that they actually gave a name to this one leads me to believe this might be a reference to something, but I mean, because see, standing on strange dark stone could be in the quarry, right? But then it says staring out at a colorless sky as white as undisturbed snow. Because when we were in the quarry, it was very much a night sky, right? So that's odd. But I mean, the fact that it's only happening in her kitchen leads me to believe that may have been something that we actually would have looked into, right? Like, if it was just happening all the time, it could be a brain issue. But if it's, I mean, it could still be a brain issue happening only in one specific area. It could be that something that she has in her kitchen or something, like maybe she got like a new something or other, you know, and there's like a smell of it or something that's like triggering the reaction in her brain. It's a very weird reaction to have, I'll admit. But the fact that it's only happening in one, hopefully we did send somebody out to investigate that. Because that does seem like it would have been worth looking into at least a little bit. Up there. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe. Why? Okay. Why is that one part redacted? Is that the only part where he didn't say I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world? And why would we have this? Like, I... There's another fucking cart around here, isn't there? I mean, we still got another floor to go. There doesn't seem to be... Well, at least one more floor to go. I'm hearing a lot of chanting, though, and not seeing a lot of floating bodies. Like... Whoops. Cat clock, eh? My clock is shaped like a cat and its eyes move and I think it's angry, but I keep apologizing and I won't stop, but I said I'm sorry, but it won't leave me alone and I don't know what it wants. I can't keep apologizing. Gfo, do you see it now too? It told me everyone is here and I need to be careful so they don't see me writing this letter. It wants me to stay with it, with my eyes on its eyes and moving very fast, but I can't keep going and I worry they will forget about me. So I need to write you about this because I can't keep going, but the cat will because of its eyes. And then a bunch of redacted. I'm assuming the redacted is the person's name and potentially where they live. And I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, out of everything, I could very much see them redacting because it's a game. So, like, a lot of the stuff that they're redacting doesn't make sense. I could see them redacting, like, locations and names and that. Not because they're real names or real names of real people that they know or anything. But, like, if I were to say, like, of some random name, right? And give a location that's a real world location, because this game does take place in the quote unquote real world, you know. It would be very unfortunate if that turned out to be like a real person in that place, right? Hey, you have questions and the prophets have your answer. If you are truly intrigued, watch the time. We've lost about 45 days in the past 4 years. The shortening of days, this is why the Vatican is a sundial and also simultaneously a keyhole. Another thing, while I'm here, if you want the secret to everything, compare plasma next to brain cells. The sun and moon are composed of plasma, simply light, not planets. And after this is cemented in your psyche, ponder the current whereabouts of where you, I, and humanity reside. Is the Vatican a sundial? I mean, a lot of this is nonsense, but I feel like the way that it says this is why the Vatican is a sundial and also simultaneously a keyhole, I feel like the keyhole is the crazy thing. But like the Vatican being a sundial in some fashion, I could potentially see. I've never really bothered to pay. Oh my lord. To pay that much attention to like the Vatican and like I've never been there. I see it in movies every now and then, and they have aerial shots, but you know, I wasn't really looking for it, so. To the esteemed members of the American Psychiatric Council, I am writing you to inquire about the significance of dreams in relation to one's mental health. I am aware that there are many books purporting to claim the true meanings of dreams, but I have reservations about their legitimacy. I understand that this is not usually done, but if I would greatly appreciate your would you greatly appreciate their thoughts on my condition? Ever since I was young, I have had intensely vivid dreams. They only occur sporadically, but in them I witness very strange events. I understand dreams can seem real at the time, but these feel markedly different. They do not occur often, perhaps only 1 or 2 a year. Last night I had one. I saw a small empty town. It was utterly dark. There was a lake at its center. Shadows of people moved around me, muttering odd things. A bright light woke me up. I was screaming in my sleep. My wife had been shaking me for minutes before I woke. Because of this recent incident, I have decided to seek help. The doctor says I am physically fine, but I wanted to consult your expertise. Thank you for your valuable time. Yours very sincerely, Richard Bowker. Okay, see, now once again, they actually left a name on this one. So I'm going to... Apparently, Richard Bowker is a British businessman and a writer. Okay, so it has similarities to the Bright Falls AWE. Okay. We must have we may have read about the Bright Falls one at some point. So it seems to be a reference to something. At least this one seems to be a reference to something else within the game world. So that's good. Well, that's a lot of letters. It's also a very stretchy thing there. Well, that doesn't smell like chicken wings. Interesting. Wow, they really gave that a lot of stretch, didn't they? Weird. Anyway, what is again? What? Well, oh, in the community. That's probably in the communications department then. All right, that seems to be everything in here. Then I don't think there's anywhere we didn't go. Yeah, here's some. They're really loud through walls, man. Okay, go up first, because I think that there isn't really all that much up here, if anything. No. Yeah, that definitely smells like some kind of pasta. Anyway. Pneumatics is where we got the thingamabobber from. Oh, good lord. Oh, good lord. Don't even know where the fuck you came from, buddy. But apparently it was just you then. Alright, well, good to know. Alright. Because, yeah, I know that there's a bunch of hidden or secret rooms. Because we've even found 1 or 2 of them. Because I remember it coming up on the screen. It's like, oh, you found a secret room. And then you get an ability point. Doesn't seem to be one here. It doesn't look like I'd be able to get back there anyway. And I mean, the only things that we wouldn't have explored would be something that we need. Like I said, I'm pretty sure we got all the clearance doors. I think that level 4 one was the only one that we didn't get. And that's because we couldn't get up to it without levitate. So the only other things, like I know that there's... The only other thing that I can think of off the top of my head that I know we missed, besides something in that room that I very clearly saw like a little circle appear, is that one room just further ahead. I think it's in the next room, and it's got the maybe I imagined a circle, but I could have sworn. But yeah, there's one room with mold in the next little section. Nope, there you go. Okay, that was really far away to for me to see before, though. I think the other guy spawned back here. Sounds like more spawn. Grab this guy. No, not done yet. Good God. Well, that guy got wrecked. Alright. Oh, there it is. Yeah. National news sites have begun publishing the story of the polar bear attack on the Alaskan town. You all know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystem is being ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius. Using current ecological concerns makes the public much less likely to redact it. So another AWE behind us, and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everyone. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can stop monitoring redacted for any off-message opinions, but it's looking like we're in nuclear. Tomasi out. Alright, well that's good. They're doing their job.
Excuse me, there is a message for you.
Don't know how I feel about them blaming polar bears, but you know. Polar bears are animals. People tend not to hunt them too hard if it's like, oh, a polar bear killed them while migrating because they were, along the migratory path. There actually is a town. I don't know. I don't remember its name or anything. That like every year the polar bear, like they end up with polar bears in their town, like every year. Although polar bears don't really migrate, but well, maybe they do. I don't know. I mean, generally when you think of migration, you think birds, but I mean, I guess there's not any particular reason. Other stuff wouldn't. I mean, humans like to migrate. You get some of them that have the money to have like their summer home in Spain or wherever, or their winter home in Spain. So one thing I never understood, it's like, oh yes, but we summer in this other country, and it's like, does that mean that you winter in yours? Like, I mean, I get that some of these people live in like LA and that where their winter is like still in the positive degrees, but I mean, the winter should still be colder than the summer, yeah. Although maybe the summer's too hot. I mean, although granted, a lot of places people have oh god, it's not even 4 o'clock yet. Why did I think that it was so much later than that? But yeah, I guess a lot of people like who have summer homes and that, they have them also in like also places that generally have a higher temperature. Okay, so as you saw there, we did find the hidden room. It's not really a secret room. I can't remember what he called it. Either way, it's not really hidden or secret. It's just can't go in. Now, there's a good chance that before I got the pill, that I may very well have been able to like sprint in there or something and like get in to it far enough to get the ability point, but with how fast that killed me the first time I tried doing that, there was no way at the very, like, I don't remember if like it hurt me and like staggered me so like I wouldn't have been able to get further in, I don't really remember. It was a while ago that I tried to do something like that. But I know for a fact that even if it wasn't staggering me, there's no way that I would have made it out. Alright, go into that weird computer room there now, because I know that there is a hidden thing in here as well, and I know that. Yeah, and that's all it was that the hidden location is just on top. And I knew that because when I was looking up, I can't remember what I was looking at, but I saw that it had a thing about hidden locations and that. Oh, I think it was when I was looking up where to spend my skill points, and it's like, oh, you can get more if you find these hidden locations. And it's like, oh, cool. And I remember reading that one specifically because I was like, oh, I might be able to get that one without levitate. Because the thing that I read was like basically you need levitate for like most of the hidden rooms. Like you need levitate and the pill there to make you immune to the mold, basically. Well, clearly there's another floor. And for some reason they're going to spawn enemies now that I'm up here, not while I was running around down there, but whatever. Let's go across. Nothing on this side, eh? Alright, well that's fine. Something on both sides. Now the enemies all did spawn under there. Yep. It's one. I know there's gonna be more, but I don't know. Oh, really? Yeah, that's about what I thought. I can't shoot through the floor. Okay, well, let's see. Can I go higher? It doesn't look like it, so I may as well just drop down and fucking fight these guys then. Grab this guy. But I don't know how many enemies are going to bother throwing at me here, although this was a room that I had a boss fight in, so... Yeah, see, like, if you go from not being able to control them to dead, then they don't die. But if you're able to control them and shoot them again, then they fucking box. Wow, that melee attack without powering it up is really fucking worthless, isn't it? That guy, we'll grab this guy. I see you coming down the stairs. No way you're my guy. And we're clear, it looks like. Awesome. Alright. Okay. Well, there was nothing else in here, because I remember running around this place a lot. Because it's a very cluttered area. I was worried that I'd missed something, but now I'm fairly certain that I haven't. I got it all now. That's just a recording room, but it doesn't look like there's anything there. What about it behind? No. Okay. I think we're almost done then. Because we've got both things that I knew about. I knew was here. That leads to the hotline chamber, but it probably isn't really anything. Maybe. hear something? No? Okay. Well, I don't see myself surviving a fall, and I don't see myself doing anything, going any higher. So I'm going to assume that we're good. Unless I can get, like... No? Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything. I mean, it's a big room, and the thing is, it's like I could float all around there. Maybe there is something, but it's just a giant room, and it's so dark that I'm not even sure that I'd be able... Like, I would need to be, like, right up on it if I spotted it, and it would need to be within range of levitate, right? So... But yeah, I think that's it then. So yeah, that's all of the executive sector. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I mean, there's always the chance that I did, but I think we did pretty good. We'll get levitate. I mean, I don't actually know that I need levitate to last any longer than it already does, but I'll do it anyway. Hiss elevated, mold house. Alright. So yeah, then that'll be it for this part then. Next part we'll head, well, I mean, after we did executive, we did maintenance, so I guess we'll head down to maintenance then. So that'll be it for this part. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you on Thursday for more.